Hello, Michael Bull here with the Commercial Real Estate Show at the 2013 National Association of Realtors Conference and Expo in San Francisco. I have with me John Mangham here from Starker Exchange Services. I've known John a long time. He's experienced in 1031s. And John, tell me, how is the show going, and how many years have you guys been here?
Well, Michael, I appreciate the opportunity to visit with you. You know, having worked with you and your commercial brokers in Atlanta for years, been around the 1031 arena for over 25 years. You see the gray hair. We've been in a tough position the last 4 years. We're a pretty bad downturn, but this year we've seen our volume come back. And so the tagline in our program yesterday, investors are back. Mm-hmm. We're seeing more 1031s, and we expect that trend to continue. I think the market, while it's not fully healed, it is in the healing process, and investors who bought in 09 and 2010 and 11 are now starting to take some profits and roll them forward with the 1031.
You know, that's great. That's the same thing we've seen in our shop there in Atlanta. Is now we're seeing sellers with equity. It's great to see and great to hear. And then we're also seeing buyers who are looking for replacement properties. Well, John, tell our listeners and our viewers, what about some of the other types of exchanges rather than the delayed exchange? Are you seeing any uptick there?
Sure. You know, the conventional delayed exchange, you sell a property and buy a replacement within 180 days. We've had almost a triple increase in requests for reverse exchanges. And a reverse exchange is more complex. It takes financial strength. But the easy way to think about a reverse is it's a forward exchange done backwards. So you go look for your replacement property. Some of your clients who are looking to buy the good deals can buy what they want before they have sold what they have to sell. And the time frames remain the same. They have 180 days to complete a reverse. It takes financial strength, but we've really seen an increase.
So they have to have the money to buy that property, and then when they buy it, they have to put the property in the name of an exchange or exchange services, right?
When you do a reverse exchange, that's right. The IRS refers to it as an accommodation title holder, somebody who will park either the relinquished property in our name or the replacement property during that up to 180-day window to complete the exchange.
Okay.
So we offer reverses, of course, as well as regular delays, but we're really surprised about how many reverse exchanges we're seeing. It's a more sophisticated tool. We're seeing it in the commercial arena, and that's why some of your brokers and your clients will be seeing it more.
Okay, and John, who can be an intermediary?
Great question, Michael. The IRS, in their infinite wisdom, doesn't say who can, but they restrict who cannot. Your intermediary, your qualified third-party independent party, cannot be an employee, family member, agent, attorney, or CPA of the taxpayer, that is, of the exchange client.
Okay, so you can't use your broker or your attorney, for example.
You can't use your broker or your attorney, and you know, with the turmoil in the market over the last 5+ years, a lot of people have found that they want to use a company, whether it's ours or another one, that specializes in 1031 exchange. Knowledgeable, with bonding, with qualified escrow accounts so that the money is safe. So you want somebody who makes a business of this business, not somebody who offers it as an aside.
Okay. And where might be a challenge for someone in a 1031, John, where they'd like a mistake that our listeners and viewers should avoid, maybe?
You know, I get the questions about, wow, I'm after my 45th day, can I backdate the letter? And that's a horrible position because it's a complete violation and your exchange gets overturned. And so we're not going there. Right. The practical mistake that people make, they fail to start shopping early enough. And so when I get a call, for example, when Sherry in your office calls me and says, I've got a client asking about a 1031, can you talk to him? We'll visit a little, and I'm going to send him back and say, go shopping. The best thing you can do to avoid the mistake is shop early, start looking for your replacement property. In other words, know where you're going before you leave the position you're on, and then you don't make the mistake of being in a panic about, now what am I going to buy? Yeah. And so, while that's not a true technical mistake, it's more practical knowledge that if we can coach your clients to start shopping and find good deals, they'll be rewarded with the best things you can find for them.
That's a very good tip, John. And we've developed best practices for 1031s, and that's one of the things that we've seen is that really some people think they should identify before the 45 days, and they end up close to that 45 days to identify. And what we like to tell them is, look, what if we're your broker and we put it under contract, we start in the due diligence, and we decide that you shouldn't buy it, and we're telling you not to buy that property, but you've passed your identification period. So it is real important for them to start very early.
You know, Michael, in the commercial world, the due diligence cycle on larger properties, on commercial properties, where you've got to get an environmental, and when you find out on phase 1 that you need a phase 2, you've just burned up 25 to 30 days. And if you don't start that until the 15th day, you're out of time.
Yeah.
So we really suggest, especially in commercial transactions, longer lead time, more complex due diligence, start shopping, start identifying where you want to go before you leave the position you're in.
Okay, John Mangham, thanks for joining us today.
Michael, thanks for the opportunity. I look forward to seeing you back in Atlanta.
All right, thank you. If you'd like to know more, come by booth 5881 here at the conference, or if you'd like more information, what is your website, John?
www.starker.com.
All right, thank you. Michael Bull with the Commercial Real Estate Show.
The Commercial Real Estate Show is brought to you by your friends at Bull Realty, France Medio, Atlanta Office Liquidators, and Wiseman, Nowak, Curry, and Wilco. For more information about these companies or to access additional show podcasts, videos, or blogs, visit commercialrealestateshow.com.